Shoot him in the, shoot him in the, shoot him in the face, cause it's thugs on the floor. Thugs on the floor. Bugs in the air, we got bugs in the air. Flying everywhere, fucking bugs in the air. Bugs in the air, we got bugs in the air. Flying everywhere, fucking bugs in the air. Bugs in the air, we got bugs in the air. Flying everywhere, fucking bugs in the air. Bugs in the air, we got bugs in the air. Flying everywhere, fucking bugs in the air. Flying everywhere, fucking bugs in the air. Flying everywhere, fucking bugs in the air. Bugs in the air. Shepherd on the floor, it was Shepherd on the floor. Shoot him in the face cause he's on the fucking floor. Shepherd on the floor, it was Shepherd on the floor. Shoot him in the face cause he's on the fucking floor. Shepherd on the floor, it was Shepherd on the floor. Shoot him in the face cause he's on the fucking floor. Shepherd on the floor, it was Shepherd on the floor. Shoot him in the face cause he's on the fucking floor. Shoot him in the face cause he's on the fucking floor. Shoot him in the, shoot him in the, shoot him in the face cause he's on the fucking floor. He's on the fucking floor. That's how we fucking do, son. Thugs on the floor, we got thugs on the floor. Shoot him in the face cause the thugs on the floor. Thugs on the floor, we got thugs on the floor. Shoot him in the...
It's Tevin's fault. Thanks, Derek. I appreciate that.
I called you tonight. I've been thinking this for too long. Send a message, you don't reply. I'll keep looking for you, even if it's wrong. I'm sitting all alone in my room. You're stuck so high in my head. I don't care if there's no chance. I need to find you. I need to know. I need to know. I need to know. If it's in your heart,
don't have money to do it. I 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 don't have money to do it.
Someone had too much chili at Wendy's.
The Ziggy Piggy is here.
Still in your heart. I'm alone in the dark, can I be where you are? You were gone from the start, now you tear me apart.
La 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 la.
Trust, but you
There you go, Herb. Listen to my beautiful singing voice.
La 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 la.
thought you were the one, but I know that I'll never be the girl that you need. You need. You feel the same if you were at the back of her mind. Suddenly the rain has wiped away the dust from my eyes. You feel the same if you were at the back of her mind. Suddenly the rain has wiped away the dust from my eyes.
That's right. Today, we're going to be playing a variety of games, including some horror-themed games and some not horror-themed games, but some good fun stuff that's all pretty much in line
The Ziggy
with
Piggy's back!
the Halloween festivities here. Okay? Pretty good stuff. I'm excited for today. Also, today I will be in costume. And in reality, I'm not in costume yet. It's funny because some people are like, oh, the pre-stream, the art doesn't fit the camera perfectly.
Fun.
So we can see you through the side of the pre-stream and we've seen your costume. I'm not even in costume yet. So what are you talking about? I'm not even in a costume yet. I'm going to get into costume after pre-stream. Okay? And so you will see the costume after pre-stream. But, man, whew, it's going to be a fun day. Let me tell you, it's going to be a fun day with the variety of stuff we're doing. A live DSP tries it today. This is going to be good stuff. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited for a fun day. How's it going to work? Well, if you never attended one of my marathon streams before, welcome. You're probably the only person because everyone else has probably been here before. Here's how it works. Pre-stream, which is right now, where I kind of explain what's going to go down today. I talk about the schedule, some news, etc. And then we get into the stream itself. Since it's Halloween, the first thing I'll do is a small segment where I'll be in costume to show off my costume. Maybe do a little bit of Q&A with all of you guys, just to get the festivities started, okay? The first game we're playing today is the Dark Pictures Anthology Little Hope. Yesterday we played this for about 3.5 hours. I really like the game, okay? And we are not at the end of it yet. You know, from what I'm estimating, we're probably about maybe 2/3 through it. So we've probably got about another 1 to 2 hours of Little Hope on the stream to finish up. So we're actually going to finish up a horror game right here on the Halloween Marathon, which is really cool, okay? Now, once that's done, then we're going to switch over to a new game. Now, the new games that I would like to play next would either be Team Fortress 2, but it's not really Team Fortress 2, it's Scream Fortress 2, because they have Halloween festivities going on in the game. And by the way, I will tell you a little bit later on in this pre-stream about my horror myself, my own horror story, trying to get my PC working and running Team Fortress 2. Okay? So, yes, that'll be either Team Fortress 2 next or Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. All right, I think it's pretty much, is that the latest Five Nights at Freddy's game? I think it is, and it's obviously it was on console. That's why I was like, okay, good, can get this and not have to fuck around with the PC even more. Okay, so it's gonna be one of those two. All right, and then we're gonna see if I start feeling hungry. Then I'm going to consider doing the live DSP tries it, but if not, and I want to do another game, then we're going to do the other one. So it's either going to be Five Nights at Freddy's and Scream Fortress 2, or Scream Fortress 2 and then Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay? Then, if I haven't done the DSP try it yet, we're going to take a break for me to go, get the items for DSP tries it, and we're going to do a live DSP tries it. Okay? Then I have a special surprise planned for you guys, okay? A special surprise. I'm not going to spoil the special surprise. I'm going to tell you there's a special surprise I have planned for you guys, okay? Then, for the second latter half of the stream, first we're going to check out Animal Crossing New Horizons, where they're doing a Halloween Day special event, okay? Supposedly, some character is supposed to show up to celebrate Halloween. You can do trick-or-treating on the island. Basically, it'll be a nice chill section of the marathon. Nothing too serious, no serious horror gameplay, just kind of messing around and seeing what holiday festivities they have in the game, okay? And then to end today's Halloween marathon, I'm going to start Dino Crisis. Now, this is a game that I played, if I remember correctly, it was either 4 or 5 years ago on Halloween. I had done a variety Halloween stream, and you guys had asked for Dino Crisis, and I think I only played it for about an hour, okay? And then I just never played it again. But since then, people actually been asking year after year for Dino Crisis. Now, the thing is, the playthrough's so old, like, I played it 40-some years ago, and I only played it for like an hour. I think we're just going to start over, okay? And just kind of do maybe a 2-hour chunk of Dino Crisis at the end of this marathon stream, basically until I get tired, all right? And then and that'll be the end of the stream. Now, for the second half of the Halloween stream, Jasper will be allowed to enter the office. Right now, he's not because Kat is home, but later on, Kat's going to work later tonight. So when she goes to work, I'll open up the office door, because then my echoing, booming voice throughout the house won't bother her because she won't be home. And then Jasper will be able to join us for the second half of the stream. So if you guys want to see him later today, he'll be here. Okay? Now, a few things. Okay? First of all, in regards to things like, oh, what about reward tiers for tips and the like? Will you still be putting on the vest? Will you be putting on the gunner glasses? Well, let me put it this way. I'm not going to spoil because obviously there's been no reveal of anything yet, but you will have your answers, all right, once I put on my costume to what will be possible and will not be possible. You'll have your answers, all right? So, because people have been asking, oh, we'll have a special Halloween vest, and we'll still have this, we'll still have that, all right? You'll have your answers later. Okay, I'm not going to spoil anything, but you'll see, okay? And then I don't think that we'll have to really be talking about it much longer after that. It'll just be, okay, I get it, okay? I can't really answer the question.
If I could get down on my hands and knees and say thank you and still be on camera,
I don't want to spoil
I would do it.
But I think you guys will be pleased. I hope. Last few years, you guys have seemed to like the costume. Remember, last year I was Yoshi. Remember? And the year before that, I was Bob Ross. And you guys really seemed to like those costumes. The year before that, I was Ezio. So the last 3 years, I've had very elaborate costumes. And you guys really have seemed to like the fact that I did elaborate costumes. Because there was one year, a few years ago, I did like Deadpool. And I went El Cheapo. I basically just wore a Deadpool t-shirt and had like a Deadpool hat. And you guys were like, wow, that's terrible. I hate this costume. And then one year I was a Ghostbuster. And that was pretty cool, except
It's
really you
Tevin's
couldn't show
fault.
props like the what do you call it? The proton pack. You couldn't really show it on the stream because you can't wear it and sit down and play a game. It's too bulky, So I had it, but it was really like kind of off screen. All you saw was me kind of in a jumpsuit, and it wasn't very special. Also, that year was kind of disappointing because we had determined that you guys wanted me to play the new Fatal Frame game that had been released on the Wii U. And after playing it for like an hour, people were like bored. And I was like, well, damn, this is what I plan to do all day. That's why we do a variety of games now, by the way. It was that year, many years ago, by the way. That was like 5+ years ago. It was that year that we determined, damn, we just got to do a variety of stuff from now on because if I don't do a variety of stuff, people will get bored with the marathon. So, the stream will start when the pre-stream ends. Like I said, I'm going to do a costume reveal, a little bit of Q&A and everything in the costume, and then we're going to start up with Little Hope, all right? And as long as it takes to beat it, I actually don't know how much is left in Little Hope, but we're just going to beat it, and then, like I said, I'll leave it to you guys to determine, do you want to see Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location or Scream Fortress 2 next? When we do play Scream Fortress 2, it's going to be a little annoying because I have to move all my equipment over to the PC, including the webcam, the microphone, and everything, so it's going to take a little bit of setup, but there's not much you can do about it. It's just, a pain in the ass to move shit over and then move it back. So, but it should be a fun day. Now, if you guys cheer, sub, and tip today, I will do my absolute best to give you shout-outs today outside of Little Hope, which is an actual full playthrough that I'm doing. Everything else today is kind of a mess-around deal. You know what I mean? Like, this is not super serious gameplay today in any regard at all. This is just kind of messing around for Halloween and having some fun. So, should be a good time, a festive time. After today, the Halloween stuff gets retired, all right? So, there's 2 Halloween emotes that everyone's been using this month. Those Halloween emotes will be retired overnight. But tomorrow, we will have a new emote to celebrate the month of November, and it's very pertinent to the stuff that I'm going to be doing in November. I'm not going to spoil, but I've been sitting on this new emote for a bit. It's actually a pretty sweet emote that someone made. I'm not going to spoil. Pretty sweet emote someone made to kind of celebrate all the fun stuff we're going to be doing in November.
someone's illegally restreaming you.
And I'm going to be adding that as of tomorrow. In addition, as of tomorrow, I'm going to set up new subscriber goals for the month of November. The subscriber goal will be based on the reward of a Christmas marathon, where I dress up in multiple Christmas attires, right? Like a silly Christmas sweaters and the like. I'll be drinking during the day. I always do this during the Christmas event. I usually have some beer or some eggnog or something like that. And be playing a variety of games. Hopefully some maybe Christmas themed stuff. If not, the good news here, all right, is that in the next month, we've got such a variety of games coming out that chances are some of those games would be prime games to play during the Christmas event. Like I'm saying, Call of Duty. Call of Duty alone is going to have Warzone, which is the Battle Royale, multiplayer, and zombies. Just Call of Duty alone could add like 3 different things I could do during the Christmas marathon. And it actually seems to be good this year. The beta, at least, the alpha and the beta were both pretty entertaining, right? But of course, there'll be other stuff as well. So that's going to be what we're going to be working towards in the month of November, all right? And the Halloween decorations will not be behind me. Those are going to go away. But after Thanksgiving, directly after Thanksgiving, which is the end of the 3rd week of November, I'll be setting up for Christmas. And then I decorate the office here with all Christmas decorations. I'm going to be using the same kind of setup I used for Halloween in order to set up for Christmas. So you're going to have, you know, stuff all around me, behind me for Christmas this year, which will be pretty festive and nice. I'm excited for it, okay? I love Christmas. I love the holiday season. You know, first of all, I want to say, before we even get into the Halloween event today, thank you guys for an awesome October. This was a really fun month for me, even though new releases this year were kind of weird, because typically October is chock full of new releases, and this month really wasn't. If you take a look, there were a few new releases at the beginning of October, and then it pretty much died out. And now at the end of October, we got a few new releases, which is nice, but there was a lot of dead time in between, but you guys were fun. You came and hung out with me, no matter what I played.
Do you want to play the fucking game?
And had a great time. In general, you supported the stream,
Fun.
despite the fact that this month there was a lot of challenges with the insane amount of chargebacks and shit that I got against, everything behind the scenes, and really pissing me off and being very frustrating, to be honest. You guys were here, you were positive, you were fun, we had a great time.
Hound's fault.
And it was a really great month, and now, of course, November is going to be the craziest month of the year by far, with the insane amount of new releases, the new consoles, and everything going on. So,
There's a sick
for an awesome
motherfucker
October
on the internet called
All right.
Super Hound, whatever the fuck this idiot's name is.
Very nice. Okay. So, outside of that, if you cheer Sober Tip, I will give you a shout out today. Like I was saying, these are not serious playthroughs or whatever. I mean, if we're in the middle of a horror game and we just want to relax here, you know, we can just sit and have some conversation. It's not super serious time or anything like that. I would say, except for Little Hope, I do definitely want to finish Little Hope and take that kind of seriously. But once that's done, we can be a more relaxed atmosphere for the rest of the stream. Okay? So, good stuff. I prefer today if you could tip me. If you could tip me today, that would help me more than anything else. It really would. And I would appreciate anyone who does tip me today and can help me out in that regard. Now, when we switch games today, there may be more breaks than usual, because usually I'm only playing 1 game per stream. Today I'm going to be playing 5 games per this stream, plus a DSP Tries It. So understand there may be some breaks in there. And particularly when it comes time for DSP Tries It, I have to go out of my house and go buy the stuff for it. And by the way, that has to be before my wife goes to work. My wife is going to work around, I think she has to go to work at 6 today. So, it's fine, because I'll be hungry way before there. I'll probably be hungry. Usually I eat dinner between 4 and 5 p.m. So I'm sure I'll be hungry around then, and I'll probably go get it then. So we're going to have to take a break for me to go get the food for DSP Tries It around that time, FYI. And then I'll come back, do DSP Tries It, and then we can continue on with the marathon. Okay? Pretty exciting. All right? So good stuff, my friends. All right, let's move on now to news. Okay? First of all, an update in regards to the PlayStation 5 and my status. And sadly, the update is there really is no update. A lot of people have been asking me over the past couple of days, hey, Phil, did you get any update on the regards to your PS5 pre-order with Amazon? Did you get any update regarding the accessories you pre-ordered with Amazon? Because it seems like a lot of people are getting updates or maybe even getting their accessories early, okay? Now, what they mean by that is people who pre-ordered the accessories for PlayStation 5 have actually been getting them. Whether it was through Best Buy, Target, other places, these retailers have gotten the accessories early and are actually shipping out the accessories early, because there really was no release date or street date for the accessories. It was just for the consoles themselves. All right? That did not happen with me. I have been checking my pre-order status on Amazon on a daily basis, every day at multiple times, just to make sure it's still in there. And what it says is order received, which means they got the pre-order, but it doesn't process until they get to the point where they're processing pre-orders, which apparently they're not yet. So, no, for me, I got nothing in regards to the Amazon order. Now, someone I know for a fact who pre-ordered through Sony, directly through Sony, actually got an update email today stating their pre-order will be processed soon. Like, they got a heads up email saying, hey, heads up, soon we're going to be charging you for this. Okay? So, we'll see. Now, Play Scratch Study Adventure, along with other people, says that the DualSense controller, all right, for the PS5, I guess he ordered an extra one. And there's a few other people who actually did the same thing, and they actually tweeted me.
Can someone
and
please
said
shut up this dude?
They
who's being
also
a
got notice
moron?
from Amazon that they are going to be charged soon, and it'll be shipping soon. I did not pre-order another DualSense controller. I'm just going with the stock one that came with this console. You know, maybe eventually I'll get an extra, but for now I'm just going with the stock one. But what I pre-ordered was the Pulse 3D headset. That's the wireless headset for the PS5. You know, out of the box works. Wireless. I haven't used a wireless headset since like the early 2000s. Seriously. So this will be interesting for me to have a wireless headset without wires running all over the place. This should be neat. So we'll see. But yeah, I've been checking, and so far no update. Now,
Lock and load,
myself,
little
along
lizard.
with many people, I think there was like more than a dozen people, we all ordered at exactly the same time, which was during a live stream of mine. We were all streaming at the same time. Well, I was streaming.
Ziggy
and we were all
Piggy's
watching at the
back!
same time as I played Batman. It was Batman Arkham City. And while I was playing it, it was made available. Here's the pre-order code for PS5. Everyone, oh shit, and everyone jumped on the website and we all pre-ordered it together. And at the same time, many of us went and pre-ordered our accessories. It was later that night I pre-ordered my 3D Pulse headset. So this was all on, you know, the first day to pre-order this stuff on Amazon that this happened. So I can't really do anything about it, right? I can't do anything about it. If it gets processed right away and we get it on launch, great. If not, there's nothing I can do about it. It's all up to Amazon, basically. Okay? There you go. Jethro's Main says, I just checked my email because you just said that about PS5, and I got an email from Sony saying my order will be processed soon. Well, congrats. Congrats. So we'll see what happens, all right? I'm hoping for the best. What I'm hoping is, first of all, it didn't matter if I got the headset early anyway. What am I going to do with it? I just wanted to, like, kind of maybe unbox it on stream and show it off, but can't use it yet. Right? I don't have the PS5 yet. So, as long as everything shows up around release date of PS5, I'll be happy. But we have to see what happens. There's no guarantee we're getting it at release date. No, there's no guarantee that anyone that pre-ordered PS5 on Amazon is getting it at release date, because we all got that email saying that they may not ship it at release. So I guess we're going to see what happens. Okay? Rest in peace to Sean Connery. Sean Connery has passed away. Epic actor. I mean, everyone knows him from decades of work. James Bond, Indiana Jones's dad in, what was it, The Last Crusade? Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade. Among 500 other roles. The guy was a cinematic legend, right? I love him as an actor. I mean, I don't know anything about the guy in his personal life, which is hilarious because people wait for the day when he dies. He's 90 years old. The guy has not been in a live-action role in over a decade. He's done some voice acting work, but pretty much what he did is he had this giant body of work, okay? Hunt for Red October, you know, all of that. And he decided at one point, I've had enough. I've got a crazy body of work. Everyone can remember me for what I've done. I'm just going to live my life and relax. That's what he did. He retired back to his home, and I believe it was in Scotland, and basically didn't do any movies for a long-ass time until he passed away in his sleep, you know, overnight. You know, and I guess that's the way to do it. End it on your own terms. You know, he didn't work himself into the ground and make movies here when he looked terrible at the end of his life, barely able to act. And that's a good thing, I guess, right? He was offered many, many different roles, by the way, over the years. The last 15 years, and he turned them all down. He said, "No, I'm retired."
My laugh sounds like act.
So,
So
rest
when I
in
laugh,
peace
I
to
go,
Sean Connery, but it's hilarious how he passes away, and now people on the internet with their dumb fuck, liberal
it sounds
cancel
nothing like that
culture
at all.
want to try to talk shit about the guy. On the day that he died, did you know that, like, you know, 60 years ago there was an interview with Sean Connery where he said it's okay to slap women? And then in the 1980s, he had another interview with Barbara Walters, and she called him out on it, and he says, no, it's fine. It's like, dude, I don't even give a fuck. He's dead. He has a body of work to be celebrated. He's dead. I don't fucking care about any of that shit. He's dead. You dumb, stupid pieces of shit. You're so goddamn fucking jealous of people who have a legacy and people who mean something to other people on this planet that you gotta try to nitpick their life now. He died. Let's now nitpick the something he said in an interview 60 years ago. Fuck you. No, really. Any loser who's calling that shit out, fuck you. It's like, talk about disrespect, talk about complete lack of self-awareness and just complete lack of reality. All the shit going on this planet right now, right? All the fucked up stuff, crazy things going on. We got crazy elections that could determine the future of our country and our world. We got a pandemic that's at its hottest right now. Worldwide infections are at an all-time high. Let's complain about a 60-year-old interview where he said, let's slap a woman. You fucking lame-brained, addle-minded morons need a life. And by the way, I'm not defending what he said. I don't care what the fuck he said. I like him as an actor. And I can separate the body of work from a stupid interview that he did. You see what I mean? Like, I can separate those two things because I'm an actual mature human with a brain in my fucking head. Okay? If you can't do that, you're an idiot. So, much respect to Sean Connery for the body of work that he did over the years that he did it. And rest in peace. There you go. Fuck all those idiots. Okay. So the only other thing I want to talk about is, you know, every once in a while people ask me, Phil, why don't you play games on PC? Phil, I don't understand. You have a PC. PCs are great for gaming. Why don't you play games on your PC, Phil? Oh, man. Well, let me tell you. I don't play games on PC because I hate PC. I'm just completely biased against PC for some odd reason. I hate it. I hate people who play games on PC. I am just a very biased, idiotic individual, right? There's no legitimately good reason why I would ever be against playing games on PC. Ever. All right. So here's the truth of the matter. I used to actually be heavily into PC. All right? In the 2000s, I used to build custom PCs for myself. I would buy all the components online, motherboards, RAM, graphics card, processor, all that shit. And I would build them myself. I built probably 4 different PCs that were pretty high-end PCs over the course of the 2000s. I used to network the PCs in my parents' home, and I used to have my friends come over, and we would play games like Unreal Tournament 1 and 2, over a network. We would jump online together and play it in the same party together. All right? It was super fun. I enjoyed it as a hobby and as a way to game back then. Okay? But, admittedly, it was expensive because if you wanted the high-end components, the best stuff, it was pretty pricey. And it was risky because whenever you build a PC, there's high potential for something to not work right, to go wrong. There's a lot of troubleshooting involved. Essentially, the reason that I don't like PC gaming in the modern era is because I'm a content creator. If I were just doing this for myself, and I were just playing games for myself, I probably wouldn't care if every once in a while I go to boot up my PC and a game doesn't work properly on it, or the PC's not, oh god, something got to troubleshoot now. But the thing is, I'm a content creator, all right? Every day I turn on a stream for you guys, a worldwide audience of hundreds, usually hundreds, sometimes more, sometimes less, right? But typically, I need to have something that's consistent and that actually works, right? Every day when I turn on my console, I'd say 98 times out of 100, because there is that very small percentile of failure rate, but 98 times out of 100, my console works. So I can play a game on my PS4, my Xbox One. Hell, to this day, today we'll be playing a game on PS3, and that shit still works. And that stuff's old as hell, and it still works, right? That says something for the consistency of a game console. And again, not to say that game consoles don't have issues. My God, the Xbox 360 was a perfect case for how game consoles can be just as frustrating, if not more frustrating than a PC. Because if your Xbox 360 red rings, you're fucked. You can't just open it up and replace a component. You're fucked. That console is shot. You have to either send it in for professional repair or buy a new one, right? So, the point I'm making here is it's all about consistency. And when I game on a console, I usually get consistency. I can boot up my console and trust that every day my equipment will work. And albeit outside of a few caveats here or there where there is an issue and I can't stream because of something going on and we fix it relatively quickly, I can stream every day, no problem, right? Fair enough, right? By the way, I see a lot of people are contributing today. I am going to give shout outs. Don't worry. We're going to have a nice big shout out segment here. I appreciate all you guys contributing here for the Halloween event. Thank you for that. All right. So anyway, the reason I'm bringing all this up, first of all, my PC is outdated. My PC I bought, I want to say it was in 2015, but the more I think about it, I actually think I bought this PC in the late summer of 2014. Because if I remember correctly, when I moved here, I tried using my existing PC and it was working for the capturing and streaming I wanted to do, but then all of a sudden it had issues where it wasn't turning on properly anymore. And I knew when you have issues like that, I was like, that's bad. I need to do something quickly and drastically because I can't not have a PC that won't turn on. You know, I got to do something. So at that point, I got a pre-built PC. And of course, everyone made fun of me, even though I went by all the guidelines that all of my viewers and fans were telling me to use to buy a pre-built PC. I bought exactly the specs that I was told to get. And then it shows up and everyone made fun of me saying that I bought a lemon, which is hilarious because this is what everyone does. They just want to fucking, you know, prod and poke at me and make fun of me instead of actually, you know, actually be, you know, kind of along for the ride with me. The PC is great, by the way. And the reason I say that is it's been running consistently at this point now for about 6+ years. And outside of maybe 1 or 2 glitches here along the way, it's consistently worked. I've played some games on it, not a lot, but I've played some games on it every once in a while. You know, a Halloween event, people want to see a horror game on PC or something, and we do it, and it works, okay? So I can't really complain. It's just that the problem that I really have with PC gaming is that everything I do is on one PC. I don't have a dual PC setup. I've never been able to afford a high-end dual PC setup. So because of that, I can't capture and stream from one PC and play the game on the other. You know what I mean? Like having one PC bear the load of the game and the other PC bear the load of the capturing and streaming. Now, excuse me. The truth of the matter is, if Twitch TV allowed a higher bitrate of streaming, I might not have this issue at all. Because right now when I stream on Twitch, I'm streaming at about 6,500 kilobits per second. And I'm capturing for YouTube at about 9,000 kilobits per second. If you actually watch my gameplay back on YouTube versus the live stream on Twitch, chances are if you're watching on the highest quality, it actually will look better than my live stream on Twitch. Okay? Really, it's because of these annoying limitations that Twitch lays out that I have to encode twice every time that I capture and stream a game. And because of that, it doubles the load on my PC. So now trying to play a game while I'm capturing at one quality and then broadcasting it at another quality is incredibly taxing on this PC. So when I bought this PC 6 years ago and I tried to play certain games and stream them, they looked choppy as shit. And everyone laughed at me and said, ha ha ha, Phil bought a lemon. No, I didn't. My PC's great. Like I said, it's lasted me 6 years with relatively no problems at all. It's definitely not the fault of the PC. It's the fault that I have to encode at 2 different qualities. And also, let's be honest here, the other way to do stuff is, people say, use shadow play or use these third-party applications in order to do this and that. And every time I've tried to do it, it either didn't work or it ended up being less quality than what I do now. And the last thing I ever wanted to do was take a hit in quality. Like shadow play, at one point I tried to do it and the file sizes were ginormously astronomically huge. I was like, dude, how much storage space am I going to use doing this? And it's going to take forever to upload these videos to YouTube. So I just kind of never did. I just go with the flow and do the regular stuff. Okay? So, that being said, maybe one day Twitch will upgrade their limitations and I could stream above 6,500 kilobits per second. I would love to do that. I would do it right now if I could. I would stream at 9,000. Seriously. That would immediately massively lower the load on my PC. And it would allow me to probably play PC games. It would allow me to stream at 1080p 60 frames per second. And in this next console generation, you guys would immediately see a benefit on my streams of the video quality being better. But until they allow that, there's really nothing I can do about it. Alright? So why am I talking about all of this? Because I wanted to play, well, you guys nominated Scream Fortress 2. Alright? Scream Fortress 2. Not Team Fortress 2. Scream Fortress 2, which is the Halloween event that they do every year in Team Fortress 2 on PC. So, I really like Team Fortress 2. I certainly haven't played the game in a million years, but I played it when it was part of the orange box over a decade ago. And then I played it again on PC a few times over the years. I think the last time I actually played it was like 2014. Okay? So, now, I've decided, let's do it. Why not? Now's the time. I haven't played the goddamn thing in a million years. Let's do it. Okay? So, I download the game because I own it. I still own it via Steam. I download the game last night. Alright? And everything looks good. I go to boot it up. The game does boot. It says loading. And then, the game crashes. Oh, shit. I try it again. The game boots. Game crashes. Son of a bitch. Now, here's the thing. You might argue, well, Phil, you're going to play a PC game, you should update your drivers, you should do this, do that. I have not had to do that in years. Like, you guys have seen over the past several years, I've played games on PC and everything, and I've never really had an issue with any of it. Even, I think last year, wasn't that game Visage or whatever? I played a horror games and stuff. I played all these games. I didn't have an issue. I was able to just immediately download, play the game, no problem on PC. So, I don't know why Team Fortress 2 was any different, but it just wouldn't work. Now, last night, I had so much shit to do. I had to install a bunch of games for today. I had my costume I was trying on, all this stuff I was doing. I just didn't have time to troubleshoot Team Fortress 2 last night, okay? But I did post up on Twitter on purpose to say, hey guys, let me know what do you think I should do to try to fix this issue. And basically I got 3 answers. Number 1, uninstall and reinstall the game. Number 2, update all the updates on your PC. And number 3, update your graphics drivers. And if those 3 things don't fix it, there ain't nothing you can do, okay? So, me thinking, you know, I'm going to do the most likely thing here is that my graphics driver is massively outdated. I probably haven't updated it in years. And I didn't. I actually went to look at it. My driver was from December of 2016. So a 4-year-old graphics driver never updated, right? So, what did I do? I updated it. And it updated it to 2018. So what's hilarious is the driver update, the automatic driver update, only updated it to a graphics driver from like 2.5 years ago instead of 4 years ago. But at least I guess an update is an update. Alright? But then I went to boot the game, Team Fortress 2, and both of my screens went to a black screen, which is weird because I have dual monitor set up and the game's only supposed to show up on one monitor. And stayed locked at a black screen, didn't work at all. Said, okay, well that's not good. I couldn't even get out of the game. I tried, you know, Alt-tabbing, Control-Alt-deleting, nothing. Couldn't get out of the game. I was locked in the game. So I had to manually restart via my PC, you know, tower. Has a restart button on it. And once it restarted, which quite frankly, I'm glad I restarted it anyway because it gives a nice fresh take on everything today, right? It refreshes everything in the system memory. I got everything else going up. I booted it again, and it worked. Okay? Now, this does not mean that when I go to play the game later that we're not going to have issues. Alright? There may be issues with frame rate. There may be issues with a lot of factors. But the game runs. So at the very least, I'll be able to play Team Fortress 2 today. But when I capture it and stream it, it may look like duty. Alright? And I apologize if it looks like duty. But I will do my best. I'm going to be playing it in 1080p. And I'm going to try to capture it and stream, you know, native. And we'll see what happens. I hope it runs good. I like Team Fortress 2 a lot. And now I haven't played it in so many years that I'm probably going to enjoy. First of all, I'm going to suck. I know I'm going to suck. But I like the variety of classes in the game. I always found it super fun. You know, you got the heavy, who's a machine gun with a tank with a lot of HP. But then you got the freaking soldier, who doesn't have a lot of HP, but he's a fucking rocket launcher. Or you could do, you know, the scout. I just like the variety of gameplay. Every once in a while, popping over to the sniper. You know, it's good stuff. I really always liked Team Fortress 2. So, it should be exciting to play it today for the first time in many, many years. In fact, the Steam told me the last time I booted it was 2014. I actually find that hard to believe. It's been 6 fucking years since I played Team Fortress 2. It has been? That's crazy to me. I'm actually curious. Will Team Fortress 2 have a holiday event? Because if so, if this goes well today, if we play this today and it's fun, and you guys like it too, like I'm sure I'm going to have fun, but if you guys like it and it looks good, or at least runs decently, Maybe they'll have a holiday event for Christmas, and maybe we'll do it in a Christmas marathon too. I don't know. But let's see what happens. I'm excited for Team Fortress 2 today. But the point is, do you see the difficulty in playing something on PC versus just playing it on a console? You see the difference? The point I try to make is, I'm not anti-PC. I used to be a PC guy. I used to build PCs. I was all about PCs. But the day I became a content creator, all right, I always found that it was massively easier and more reliable and more consistent to do things on a console than it was on a PC. And by the way, I used to actually use my PC before I did direct capture. I did full playthroughs of games on PC. I played Skyrim on PC. I played Witcher 2 on PC. I played quite a few games, full playthroughs on PC. In every game I had problems. Like, I don't think I've ever did a playthrough like that didn't have issues. Do you remember how bad Skyrim was on PC at launch? That game was so full of bugs. Remember the dragons that would fly out of the sky that looked like purple silly putty? Like a deformed, melted Barney? I mean, this is the issue with PC. So, I'm not anti-PC, and certainly if you're someone who plays games on PC consistently, good on you, because you probably have way more patience than I do. All I wanted to do was play a game that's 13 years old, and I had to jump through hoops to get it to work on my PC. So, anyway, I digress. All right, guys, let's get to shout-outs. All right, let's give shout-out. You guys have been very, very generous this morning, by the way. We're going to do a lot of shout-outs here for people who contributed overnight, people who contributed this morning. We'll get some fun discussion going. And then once the shout-outs are done, I'll take a brief break to get into costume. And we're going to do a segment here where I reveal my costume and do a little bit of, like I said, Q&A and everything before we get into Little Hope. And then Little Hope will be the first game of the day. Okay? Oh, my God. Excuse me. All right. So, first of all, Golden Colts did an overnight cheer. He says, I know there's no trick-or-treating where you live or most places because of COVID. If there were, and you had to participate in a host, and you had to participate as a host, which candies would you distribute? I would give out full-size Snickers bars, like that one meme with the Grim Reaper. Well, ultimately, if I'm going to give out trick-or-treaters, candy to trick-or-treaters, I'm going to give out stuff that I like. I like anything with chocolate. So you're talking Nestle's Crunch, Milky Way, Snickers, Three Musketeers, okay? I love peanut butter. So, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, okay? That's the kind of shit I would give out. I'm not going to give out those little crappy candy, Smarties and shit. Who the fuck eats Smarties except for on Halloween? Smarties? I mean, I used to like Smarties when I was a kid, but no one eats that shit. Let's be honest here. Absolutely no one eats that shit outside of Halloween, okay? Skittles? That's fine, I guess. Twizzlers? Some people like them. Fuck that. I give out the good shit, alright? Now, would I give out full-size candy bars? Probably not. Usually the full-size candy bars don't even go on sale. Usually the full-size candy bars always stay full price. It's usually the little, those little candies that end up being discounted for Halloween or sold in Halloween. Kind of hard to even find, like, a giant pack of big candy bars, okay? But what I would do is I would say everyone gets 2. Since they're so damn small, right? So trick-or-treaters come, everyone gets 2. And usually what I would do, because I used to actually hand out candy to trick-or-treaters, I would say you each can get 2, and I would actually hand them the bowl. I'd say, just grab a handful. Now, of course, you get idiots who want to take the whole fucking bowl. You don't do that. You say, just grab a handful. So that way they can actually look at the bowl and pick what they want, right? Imagine that. You're trick-or-treating, and someone's nice and says, I understand you're not going to like every piece of candy, so just grab what you like, right? And everyone gets 2 pieces. How cool would that be? That's what I used to do. I remember one Halloween, I was the spitting dinosaur from Jurassic Park. I can't remember what the name of it is. The one that it would have the big frills that would pop out behind its head that it would spit in your face and blind you before it ate your ass. So I had a mask and gloves, and I dressed up like that, and I was handing out candy to all the kids, and that's what I did. The kids were fucking happy as hell. Oh my God, you actually want to make children happy on Halloween instead of have them dress up and go through the trouble of walking through a fucking neighborhood in the middle of the night, probably sweating their balls off in these costumes, and then you hand them a piece of an apple, a toothbrush? Fuck you. You give them good candy and you let them pick what they want. Is it the Dilophosaurus? Is that what it's called? Yeah, that's the outfit I had that year, I remember. Alright, so anyway, that's my answer. Okay. So I received a $1 tip from someone. Now this person wants their identity to remain super secret because they're deathly afraid they're going to get doxxed for giving out this information. So first let's read what they have to say and then I'm going to give you my reaction. Alright? They say, right now, Operation Nakas Hack Group is false flagging streamers and video on demands on YouTube and spam reporting them to Twitch in order to unsilence their canceled streamers. Keep an eye out and stay safe. Okay. Well, thank you for the heads up. I have absolutely no fucking clue what you just said. You have completely lost me. I don't know what the fuck this means. I don't know how this applies to me. I am at a loss. But what I will say is, thanks for the $1 tip. You might as well have sent that in like Greek. I wouldn't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay? Okay then. Golden Colts did another overlight. He did another overnight cheer. And he says, you ever had those hard seltzers like White Claw or Bud Light Seltzer? If you ever drink on a stream marathon again, you should try them. They only have as much kick as a beer and taste like fruity sparkling water. No. Never tried those. I'm well aware they exist. Essentially what it is alcoholic soda. You know. I used to drink things similar to that. Like I used to have Mike's Hard Lemonade, which is just lemonade with liquor in it and it's carbonated, right? But no, I've never had those specific products. I know those have become way more popular over the last few years. So. Alright, the last Rambo, also overnight, did a 50-bit cheer. And he said, I want to express that it was uncalled for you to dismiss our nominations for the Halloween Marathon as trollish. We nominated games like Street Fighter V and Crysis because of your reactions and your adamant desire to avoid them. A successful businessman listens to his customers. Right. So last Rambo, you're just admitting you're an asshole. You purposely nominated games that you know aren't going to be fun to play, have nothing to do with Halloween, and don't fit a marathon format for your own personal benefit instead of actually thinking about what people would want to see on a Halloween stream. So you're an asshole. Well, thank you for publicly admitting that you're an asshole, because I think that was my point, is that the people who nominated games like Danganronpa V3, oh yeah, a 40-plus hour-long visual novel, narrative-based game is really going to fit into a Halloween marathon where I'm only going to play it for like an hour and a half, right? You know, maybe we use our heads for a bit, but, I mean, at least you admitted that you're an asshole publicly so that we could all see it. You know, like, I've only been saying it for a while that people who would nominate stupid shit like that are being assholes and basically trying to skew my events, but at least now you've publicly said it for me, so I don't have to say it. I appreciate that. Alrighty then. Excuse me. Alright. I received a $50 tip. Thank you very much to Technical 2070. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Boom. And just like that, we're halfway to the tips goal for the Halloween stream event. And by the way, I should say this, guys. Normally, in a normal day, I would do 2 streams, and each stream would have a $100 tips goal. All right? I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to make it 1 tips goal. All right? And if we hit it, great. Obviously, since normally I would do 2 streams in one day, and I would try to raise $200 via tips, it would be appreciated. If we actually do hit $200 today raised, it would be great. It would obviously help me out with the cost of all the games coming up. But today is more about Halloween festivities than anything else. I'm not going to make it about fundraising and shit. So, you know, you're not going to hear me talking about tips goals constantly or anything like that. Today's just about having fun. Obviously, if we're having a good time, maybe contributions will come in naturally. Remember, that's always my philosophy. If we're putting out a fun, entertaining stream, we're all having a good time together, people are going to like that and want to support that, right? It's not about me having to mention it every 10 seconds. So I'm only going to have one tips goal today. Thank you in advance if we hit it. If we double it, that would be great because that would be what I usually aim for during a normal day with 2 streams. But outside of this, I'm not going to be mentioning this all day long. Fair enough? Okay. Now, let's read out what Technical 2070 had to say. They say, Phil, you are a streamer who's made a tremendous impact on my life. Your YouTube videos have always been a safe haven to resort to when life can suck sometimes. The streams are also a nice interactive experience with you that will always rock. Thank you, Technical 2070. Very generous contribution. A great way to get stuff started today, obviously. I really appreciate that. So thank you. All right, we now move on to the first cheer of the day, which is from Timbo Slice. So let's get him up on the leaderboard. I don't know if he'll hold the top cheer spot, but he is the first cheerer. That is not Timbo. That's completely wrong spelling. There we go. Good to see you today, Timbo. He says, my Warzone... Wait. FYI, Warzone is staying Warzone. All they're doing is adding guns and attachments from Cold War, mixing it up with Modern Warfare stuff. Gameplay in the map is the same, they've announced. Sadly, everyone was hoping it would be different. Not sure you'll like it, seeing you hated it last time you played it. Yeah, if it plays like Modern Warfare... Think about how stupid this is. We've released a new game. We're releasing a new game, right? And the entire gameplay of the multiplayer is completely retooled from the ground up to play more like old school Black Ops. But the Warzone Battle Royale is still going to be exactly the same as Modern Warfare and play differently. What? Like, why? If that's the case, I'll probably give it a shot. Like, I'll probably play it once or twice. Very unlikely that I'm going to play it at length at all then. If that's the case... I probably won't enjoy it. So, I guess we'll see. There's always a chance that maybe they've improved the server quality. That was my major complaint. I was playing Warzone, getting the drop on people, shooting them a million times, and then it would say I never shot them, but they killed me first. And like, no, then I don't want to play it. It's Battle Royale. If it's, you know, I'm just not going to play it anymore. If that's how it's going to be. And that's what happened. I dropped it because it was just shit. So... You know, I'll definitely give it a shot when the new Call of Duty releases, but I'm not going to promise any kind of extended gameplay, okay? Technical 2070 then gifted a sub to Lies of Soul, so congratulations to Lies of Soul, and thank you very much. Appreciate that. Noxiena tipped me $1.30 and basically says a very cynical thing, all right? So I'm going to read it, and I'm going to address it very matter-of-factly. He says... Other streamers seem to tend to do Halloween and Christmas events. They don't have sub-goals or anything that need to be hit to do them. Why do I have sub-goals to do them? Alright, I'll explain. First of all, alright, I don't know what streamers you're addressing. I don't know if you're addressing people who do this for a living or people who just do it for fun. I don't know if you're addressing streamers that are ginormous and popular and make insane amounts of money every single day that they turn on a stream, or if you're addressing someone who just does it for a hobby and doesn't make any money doing it. Alright? You've basically put me in a position where there's no way I can accurately answer your question because you didn't give me any kind of frame of reference. You just said other streamers. Well, yeah, there's literally tens of thousands of other streamers, and I can't answer the question fairly because you didn't give me any information, but you did that on purpose. We all know you did because you're trying to put me into what's called a bait question. All right? So allow me to explain, okay? I could easily do a Halloween and Christmas event without having any kind of goals around it. But I like having fun, interactive things with my stream, all right? Having viewers have the ability to vote or nominate something for a special event gives them the feeling of interaction and control. It gives an interactive feeling to the stream that you wouldn't normally have with, say, a YouTube video. Because when you watch on YouTube, it's already on YouTube. You have no interactivity. With a stream like this... People having the ability to nominate on games that might be played in the event, to vote on something like the Halloween costume I'm going to be wearing during an event, that gives them the feeling of power, a feeling of interactivity, and it makes it feel like, man, that streamer actually cares about me and my input to their stream. I'm not just some, you know, viewer who's just a number to them or a statistic or another person to toss a buck at them. I'm actually someone who actually, my contributions matter and can actually help formulate what happens on a given event or a stream, right? Truthfully, right? Right? Okay. So, when you have a special event, like, hey guys, let's be motivated. Let's get everyone subbing. if everyone subs to the channel, you get tons of benefits, like you get a ton of emotes or whatever. And if we hit a certain goal, now I'm going to make it so that all you guys can nominate and vote on this for a special event. That is a motivational technique for interactivity on a stream, and also to raise funds so that the business can continue. It benefits everyone. It benefits me, because I get to get more income and afford things. And it helps the streamer, or I keep saying the streamers. It helps the viewers because they get some kind of input into an event. It basically works hand in hand. Right? This is not a technique that I originated and I made up. In fact, people suggested this to me. It was, I'd say, about 3 years ago. When I became a full-time streamer, I had a lot of stuff that was based around my Patreon. Alright? And people said to me at that point, Phil, here's what you need to do. Stop focusing on Patreon, because in reality, Patreon is something that's based around people who are content creators on YouTube who don't have the element of interactivity that you have. It's for someone who's doing a special project or raising funds to do something concrete. That's not what you're doing. What you're doing is you're doing interactive streams every day. So instead of focusing on Patreon as a way to raise funds to keep your business going, you should have goals that are based off of things you do on your streams and add added interactivity to your streams. So that's what I've done. Over the last several years, I've adopted various things. Oh, we hit a sub goal this month. We'll be doing a special retrospective event where you guys can nominate your moments from the last 12 years that I've been a content creator, your favorite ones, and we'll watch those back together on stream and I'll react to them. Or we're going to do a Rage-a-thon where you guys nominate games that you feel will make me rage and I'll play those on stream. Or we'll do a Halloween event and you guys can vote on a costume and you can nominate. Again, it's pretty common sense, all right? There's nothing shocking about this, okay? Now, I'm very sure that there's people out there that don't do things like sub goals at all. And it could be because they just do this for a hobby and they don't really care. Or it could be they're very profitable streamers. Maybe they have a giant fan base who constantly contributes and they don't have to worry about doing things like raising a certain amount of subs in a month or keeping their subs at a certain level because that's not important to them. They've already made enough and they don't need to try to do that, right? Maybe there's someone who has an exclusive contract, right, who they stream and get paid to stream. I don't have any of those things, all right? I'm in a situation where on a daily basis, I try to raise funds to keep the business going, affording the games, paying the bills, having a life, all right? This is very matter of fact. This is not me trying to be abrasive to your comment, but I just feel like you asking me this on pre-stream, obviously this is a bait question where you're trying to get me to say something that's stupid or get a rise out of me, and you're not going to get it. I'm in a good mood today, and I'm just going to tell you that when you ask me questions like this without qualifying information, like compared to this streamer who's this big and has this kind of a following and doesn't do doesn't do these goals, why do you do them? You didn't do that. You literally asked me a question about every other streamer on the planet. I don't know about every other streamer on the planet. I don't know their specific life situation, their business situation, their streaming situation. Therefore, if you're going to ask me those very general questions, think a little bit more and come back to me with more information. All right? Maybe I could give you a better answer if you actually give me a fair shot instead of trying to a gotcha question, right? I gotcha. Haha, you have sub goals on your stream, others don't. Gotcha. No, you didn't get me. You just made yourself look stupid. But thank you for the $1 tip. Nitro Zeus 2000 resubscribed for 7 months. Thank you very much, Nitro Zeus 2000, for a 7-month resub. I appreciate that. Jethro's Main cheered. He said, check my email. Oh, I already read this earlier. He had said that basically he got the email from Sony stating that soon they'll be charging him for his PS5. That's cool. That's good news. I'm hoping to get some kind of news like that from Amazon soon, but I guess we'll see. IU Kid tipped me $5. He says, hearing you talk about the holiday season makes me happy. I've spent part of my holidays with you for many years. Now it's always just the best place to be. Here's to many more. Happy Halloween. Yes, Little Hope is so good so far. I agree. I am pleasantly surprised by how good Little Hope is. It's an interactive horror movie, and it really feels to me more like Until Dawn. Man of Medan was all great, but really kind of felt to me like, number one, I didn't really like the characters, and number two, once you found out that it was poison gas or whatever, or hallucinogenic gas was the reason people were seeing spooky shit, it basically kind of ruined the scares, right? There were no legit scares anymore. You knew everything was fake. In Little Hope, there actually is a legit supernatural element, a mystery behind it, or mechanic. It's pretty damn good. I'm really enjoying activity finishing here today on stream. Okay, activity is great. Thank you very much for the tip. Golden Nobles, give it a sub. Shadow the Hedgehog, congratulations, Shadow the Hedgehog. Thank you, Golden Nobles, for the tips. Baking Blaze is here. $4.20 is Happy Halloween. You did not stop ESP. Thank you very much to Bacon Plays for the $4 tip. Already up to $60 in tips. Thank you guys very much for the support. So now Golden Nobles gifted a series of subscriptions. One to Astrodontis, one to Camaro 56, one to Sage Fox Detox, one to NetGhost X, and one to Dr. Bricklayer. So thank you, Golden Nobles. What I'll do is I will check on sub count before we end the pre-stream because it seems like our sub count's going to go way up here.
Blah, 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 blah,
Timbo Slice cheers
blah,
the
blah,
Roger
blah,
News for not playing
blah,
on
blah,
PC is
blah,
crazy.
blah, 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 blah,
Here we
blah,
go.
blah, blah, blah.
All the big streamers, by the way, they're also content creator game 12 hours a day on PC. They have no issues. I feel if you had a higher end PC, you would be PC game more. Timbo, there's a few factors. Number one, if I had a high-end gaming PC that I had the ability to afford to upgrade every once in a while, yes. If I had a separate PC to capture and stream, so that way if something went wrong with one, I still have the other, yes. Like, I could probably go through a bunch of what-if factors of probably the things that these people have that I don't. They probably have professionals who help them set up their PCs and or troubleshoot their PCs, which I don't. You know, I mean, we could be here till the cows come home probably going in what-if scenarios of what they have that I don't. All right? And like I said, I actually used to be PC game. Before I live streamed, I did PC gaming. I played certain games on PC and used the camera to record the playthroughs. You know, I'm not anti-PC. I don't know why people think I am. I just like consistency. I don't want to be every day, this game didn't work, new troubleshooting issue. If you remember, the one time that I was committing to a pretty big PC game playthrough was going to be Knights of the Old Republic. And I had the original game on PC, and what I did is I had this cool mod that made it widescreen, so it looked like a modern game. And within 3 sessions, the whole thing crashed and it would never boot again. And that was it for me. I was like, that's it, you know. I'm so pissed because I played the game, I liked it, and I wasn't able to continue with the playthrough. You know what? Enough is enough. That's when I kind of drew the line. I said, every once in a while, people nominate a PC game or whatever for a special event. I'll do it, but I just don't have the means. I just don't have the means and the know-how to be doing PC gaming. Maybe other content creators do. They've got the means, they got the money, the expertise, people helping them. I don't have any of that. So that's why I don't do it. Okay? Golden Nobles gifted a ton of subs. Oh my god. He gifted a sub to Fedora Glow, Pinkish Violet, Geolink, Kazkari, Divin Erasmus, and Tasty Swamp Butt. That last one is questionable. But wow, thank you Golden Nobles for all the gifted subs again. I will check on the sub count in a minute. Knows Nobody did a 100-bit cheer, and actually that now is the top cheer of the day. Let's get Knows Nobody up here on the leaderboard. Oops. 100 bits. Thank you, Knows Nobody. And he says, let's go spooky. Oh, no, he says, let's get spooky. Excuse me. Let's get spooky. I'm actually happy we're starting with Little Hope today because it was a spooky game yesterday. And hopefully it continues in that vein. It's a great game to start off our Halloween event. Conversialism cheered. He says, what color zaniness have you in store for us today? What color? I wasn't aware that zany had a color associated with it. But good to see you. Thank you for the cheer. Frog Detective cheers. Let me get this straight. Your computer has no problem running the game even though you had issues. You said you didn't need to update drivers even though updating drivers fixed the problem. Gotcha. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't even know what that means. Conversialism said, what's an overnight cheer? Basically, an overnight cheer means someone like cheered or contributed when I was not streaming overnight. Because I stream every day from roughly 10 a.m. to about 4 p.m. And then I have a night stream where I stream from around 7 p.m. to around 9:30. So basically, anyone who contributes between 9:30 p.m. and 10 a.m. the next day, I consider an overnight contribution. And I read those out before I get to the people who actually contributed while the stream was live. That's what I mean by that. Okay. Let's see here. Doodly Dread cheers. My younger cousin, who's 16 years old, was on Twitter and was arguing with a person that ended him insulting you. I logged out my own desktop that he was using temporarily without my knowledge. I deleted the tweets, hoping you get a fast unblock via your mobile. I didn't even know I blocked you. I did. I didn't even notice. Likely, I probably wasn't even paying attention. I wasn't even paying attention to who was tweeting. But if you said something insulting or something, then I probably blocked it. But I'm not going to look at that now. I'm in the middle of a stream. We can look at it later. An anonymous cheerer did a 255-bit cheer, and that is the top cheerer. Oh, God. That is the top cheer of the day. My mouse is malfunctioning here for a second. 255. Yeah, it's... Oh, my God. This mouse. Slam the mouse. Slam it. And now it works. 255 bits. Thank you to whoever that was for the anonymous cheer. I appreciate that. Okay, continuing on. Suicide Waffles did a 150-bit cheer and said, "You hurt my feelings when I donated to you. You said it was the dumbest thing ever. People got the joke. If you don't get a joke, stop being inflammatory and using a neutral response." I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Congratulations on, I guess, making something really personal. I have no idea what on earth you're referencing. Perhaps if you actually have an issue, you should contact me. You know, my email is public, darksidefil@hotmail.com. And maybe we could talk about it behind the scenes. I have no idea what you're talking about. Zero. So, woo! Right over my head. Continuing on. Sarah Harper tipped me $1 and said, here we go. Here's another bait. Ready for some bait? Some tasty bait. Let's take the Halloween bait. All right. I'm a little confused. I recently signed up for your forums. Why would you set up a poll if you're going to ignore what those votes are asking for? It makes it a little pointless to run a poll. First of all, there was no poll. So it just shows that it's a bait question. This person did not sign up for my forums, because if they did, they would have known there was no poll whatsoever for the Halloween event. That's completely false. There was a poll, and the poll was for the category of costume, which I did follow. All right? What you're talking about, there were nominations for possibility of a game being played during the Halloween event. There was no poll. All right? And the nominations, the top nominated games, ended up being terrible. Street Fighter V, you mean the game I just played a month ago for the Rage-a-thon, has nothing to do with Halloween, isn't entertaining to play or watch? The only reason people want me to play it is because they know that it bothers me because it's a boring game. It's not very good. Crisis Remastered, you mean the game that runs like shit on my computer that I quit out of playing after 2 hours because people told me it ran so badly and played so badly that I should play anything else but that game. You want me to now play that during the Halloween marathon? Alright, how about this? Fuck off. I know when people are trolling, you're trolling, these people who nominated those terrible fucking games were trolling, and they wanted this Halloween event to be shitty. I'm not stupid, so fuck off. Okay. Low Carb Madman tipped me $1.30. He said, "Here's the Dino Crisis, and happy Halloween, Phil." Happy Halloween to you, Low Carb Madman. And yes, here's a perfect example. People have been asking me to bring back Dino Crisis for years. So I said, sure, let's actually give a good chunk of today's marathon stream to be Dino Crisis, because people have been asking for it for an exorbitantly long time. Let's bring it back. That's the case of me listening to your feedback and doing the right thing, not playing Danganronpa V3 during a Halloween stream because people are trolling. Okay? Dude, that's just hilarious. Oh, why didn't you follow the poll? There was no poll. You claim you created a forum account and voted. Well, I don't know what poll you voted on. It wasn't mine. Maybe if you actually logged into my forums and voted on the right thing, then maybe you'd be a little bit more satisfied. Holy shit. Anyway, Timbo's here. Timbo is here still, and he says, "So far, I enjoyed the PS5 headset. The sound is good, at least on PC. The ear cuffs have a cool gel feeling to them. It keeps your ears from getting sweaty, which is issues with most ear cuff headsets." Yeah, that is definitely an issue that I've had with the cup style of headphones, is that they create this humid environment that then becomes damp in the ear, sweaty. And I'm curious to see how the Pulse 3D headphones will work. So you've got yours already, and he's saying he's trying them on PC. They feel pretty good. That's cool. I hope that they work really well with the PS5, in particular the wireless connectivity and hopefully 3D audio sound great. I guess we're going to find out, right? Rob on Wheels is here, and he did a 600-bit cheer to become the top cheerer of the day. Thank you, Rob. Let's get that up on the leaderboard here. Excuse me. That's absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry about that. It was not expected. Rob says, "Have you seen Sister Abigail yet? Hashtag Little Hope." I mean, it's hilarious because that whole kind of rural horror that Bray Wyatt always pushed in WWE over the last decade is kind of what they're going for in Little Hope, right? So yeah, I don't know if we've seen Sister Abigail, but man, have we seen some creepy shit so far in Little Hope. Thank you, Rob, for the 600-bit cheer, biggest cheer of the day. Appreciate that. Frog Detective Did 100-bit cheers. It wouldn't matter if it was a poll.
My
Even
laugh
for things
sounds
like
like
viewer's
ack,
choice, because the
ack,
poll
ack.
Phil
When
reserves
I
the
laugh,
right
I
to
go,
ignore whatever games win, like the time
Or-
Code Vein won, but he ignored it. Except
Does
that
sound
Code
like
Vein
ack,
wasn't
ack,
supposed to be
ack,
eligible.
ack. No,
As I
sounds nothing like
explained.
that at all.
Because it was a Soulsborne game during a time when I wasn't going to play a Soulsborne game. Like, again, I've been doing this for 12 years. I've been a full-time streamer for over 3.5 years. And I listen to your input on the streams, okay? And I kind of know, via kind of just rule of thumb and what I've been doing, what will work and what won't for a marathon-style event, etc. All right? And I know when people are troll voting and troll nominating because they idiotically mention this stuff on my streams. No one actually wants to see me play Cold Vein because of the game. People want to see me play Code Vein because it has anime-ish girls with big boobs. And they know that over the last few years, I've become a lot more mature of a content creator. I don't do the style of sexualized commentary that I used to anymore. They know that I don't play the waifu game and shit like that. It's just not part of my content. So let's go ahead and nominate this game over and over and over that has that, because we feel that's going to make Phil uncomfortable, and it won't. The bottom line is I'll play the game just like I did. I played the beta of it. I had no problem with it. I didn't mention it. I didn't care. But the beta was boring. Everyone said the beta kind of plays like Dark Souls, but with anime characters. It's not as good as Dark Souls. It's kind of a more generic game, and it's very repetitive and not very fun. So why do you want to see a playthrough of the game? Are you stupid? And the answer is yes. People who are nominating that game want to see me be uncomfortable because of anime boobs, which I'm not going to be because I'm mature. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to play a game solely on the fact that people are nominating it and voting on it because it has anime boobs. I'm not a moron. You are, if you think that continuously nominating and voting for a game for stupid reasons will get it played, because I'm not dumb. You are. You're just wasting your fucking time, okay? Grow the fuck up. Thanks for the cheer, Frog Detective. Sambuca 2020 did a 700-bit cheer. Says, let's see that costume, Phil. All right. Well, Sambuca 2020 is now the top cheerer of the day. Let's get him up on the leaderboard. There we go. Alrighty then. Okay. Let us now give a shout out to the top cheerers of the week. Thank you to those who've cheered. I get the feeling today, being a holiday event, we'll probably see some more, right? But thank you very much to everyone who's cheered so far this week. Here we go. In 10th place, Golden Colts. 9th place, Infinite 55. 8th place, That Anonymous. 7th place, Timbo Slice. 6th place, Shadow the Hedgehog. 5th place, Cool King 222. 4th place, Rob on Wheels. 3rd place, Ministar Room. 2nd place, Benner Burrito. And 1st place, Yoko Pain. Thank you guys very, very much. Now, thank you to those who gifted subscriptions this week, including Technical 27, Sparky King, Snorlax, Melody Zelda, The Alcoholic Mormon, and Lunaba, who all gifted a single subscription. And thank you to Golden Nobles, who this morning gifted 12 subs. So that being said, how many subs are we currently at right now? Let's find out. We're currently at 745 subscriptions. We went up a good amount. Awesome. Thank you guys very much for the support this morning before we even got started. All right. So here's the deal. I'm going to use the bathroom, and then I'm going to get into costume. All right. Now I need to set up the camera. In fact, I'll do this now. And by the way, no, I'm not in costume. So just so you guys know, hold on a second. As you can see, I'm not in costume. I purposely wore just a nice white shirt so that when I get into costume, you know, it doesn't affect anything. But what I want to do, I want to get this camera set up because I forgot to do this last night because I had so many issues getting, I had so many issues. Get rid of all this shit. I had so many issues getting the games running that I didn't have time to really set up the camera properly for the intro segment of the stream where I was going to do the costume reveal. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, let me set this up now. Is that it? No, that's not it. Shit, that was not the right resolution. 1080. Is it working? Oh shit, it's not working. Did I glitch the camera?
The Ziggy Piggy's back!
I glitched the camera somehow. How did I pull this one off? Okay, hold on. What the fuck? Wow, I think my whole OBS is freezing. Can you guys still even hear me? I don't think so. You can still hear me? Wow, that's surprising because OBS is completely frozen right now. I can't do anything in it. It's completely frozen. I'm going to have to restart, obviously. Yeah, what happened is I clicked a super high resolution my webcam doesn't do, and I guess it tried to do it, and it crapped out the capture. So now the whole thing's fucked. Yeah, I can't even move. I can't see. My whole OBS is completely locked out. I'm going to have to basically Control-Alt-Delete it. And then what I'll do is I'll get this working. All right, here's what we'll do. Obviously, I got to shut down OBS. Oh, wait a minute. It might have unfrozen. Holy shit, hold on. I'm trying to get it to unfreeze. It's not working.
What do I do? Special delivery. Special delivery.
It's not unfreezing. Yeah, the camera got crapped out here. I'm going to have to totally close and open OBS again. It's the only way I'm going to get this to fix. All right? So here's what I'm going to do. Let's take a break. I'm going to turn the stream off because obviously it makes sense to do so because the whole thing crapped out anyway. So I'm going to turn the stream off. Let's take about a 15-minute break. I'm going to try to get this working again. All right? And then I'm going to turn it back on. I'll be in costume when I return. All right? We'll do a little segment, intro segment of me in costume, and then we will jump into Little Hope. Okay? All right. Technical difficulties. It's all my fault. I misclicked. I'm pretty stupid. All right. I'll be back, guys. Thanks. I'll see you in a few. It's Dark Dave's fault.
Shrouds of history. I've walked the hidden hallways.
If I could get down on my hands and knees and say thank you and still be on camera, I would do it.
Spent a lifetime hunting for the stories long untold. Something undiscovered to behold. Wisdom starts to drown. This ship is going down. Blood on my hands, stumble through uncharted lands. Lady luck is on my side as I swim against the tide. Keep drifting, please drifting. Sands of fate keep shifting, and I will never stop or turn away. Further into danger I will stray. Coincidence has always been a friend to me. I always seem to wind up where I'm meant to be. Through furious infernos, dead whales of running rust. No hurdle is too high for a man who simply knows how to adjust. And to the hands of chance I put my trust. Blood on my hands, stumble through uncharted lands. Lady luck is on my side as I swim against the tide. Keep drifting, please drifting. Sands of fate keep shifting, and I will never stop or turn away. Further into danger I will stray.
Do you want to play the fucking game?
Tiger, tiger, row, 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 tiger, row, row. Okay, fair enough. All right. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Papa Vera! Oh, fucking shit!
What do I do?
Thanks, Derek. I appreciate that.
Are you a functional retard? I have to ask.
Look how dumb they are.
Business related, I still have it.
Looks like someone had too much chili at Wendy's.
Give her a pill, and that's it, because you're just going to waste our time again. If I could get down on my hands and knees and say thank you and still be on camera, I would do it. The Ziggy Piggy is here. What do I do? What do I do? La 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 la. There you go. Here, listen to my beautiful singing voice. La 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 la.